So the purpose of this video is to give you a little bit of information about how to do a PBL write-up. This is an example of a problem-based learning problem from fall 2013. In this case, you're a business analyst with a shopping mall property. You've been approached by Abercrombie & Fitch, and the question is, do you want to give them a lease or not? And so you need to do some analysis. You start like all of the other PBL things, with a small paragraph of information. You ask some questions about what you know, don't know, need to find out, and you develop your learning issues. And you go away and you research those and you write up a short, 8 to 10 page write-up. It includes your decision and all of the evidence to support that decision. So this PBL problem is posted at CourseLink, and you can read it at your convenience. I'm going to show you 3 samples of student writing and talk about them in turn. All of the student writing is either anonymous, I've pulled out the names, or it's been redacted, so the names are hidden. In this case, the student writing is completely anonymous. The students forgot to put their names on top of their page. They didn't include their PBL group number. The only reason we could actually figure out whose paper this is because it was in a particular Dropbox at CourseLink. So, bonehead stuff like putting your name on your paper goes a long way. So let's see. You can start reading, and when you read your own work, read it aloud to see if it sounds correct. When a question comes into play of whether the retail store Abercrombie & Fitch is more trouble than its worth appears, we must turn to a business analysis. Well, there's a few errors just in this very first sentence, right? This "its" should be "it" apostrophe S. This should not be analyses, it should be analysis, IS. Abercrombie & Fitch, a well-known powerhouse in the clothing industry, shows that it's never out of date when it comes to style. And again, contractions, these are done incorrectly, and you can see over here I've got an apostrophe. Benefits should be benefit plural, not benefit possessive, so that apostrophe S is incorrect. This last sentence, making their company a top retailer in North America, it sounds like it needs, a phrase before that ending phrase. Something, comma, making their company a top retailer in North America. Okay, so let's start working through the rest of this. Second paragraph. Over the past decade, Abercrombie & Fitch has come under attack by many lawsuits. How many is many? Can we quantify this? And what are these lawsuits regarding? Well, let's see. Regarding the racial. Regarding the racial what? I don't know what that means. And the physical standards of who are able to work there and who the target market is. Why would there be a lawsuit about target market? I think the phrasing is incorrect. Let's see. Right, you can read the rest of this work on your own. Let's see, we'll keep going down. Page number 2. Okay, so we have the Chief Executive Officer, Mike Jeffries, right? He doesn't want, he just wants thin and beautiful people in his stores. This is a direct quotation from from this company's chief executive, and it needs a citation. It absolutely, positively must have a citation. So where is that cite? According to an article in such and such magazine, Mike Jeffries said this, quote, and away we go. So there is no citation for that. Let's see, there's no citations actually anywhere in this entire paper. What else have we got? Moving along. So we have Ellen DeGeneres, an Emmy Award-winning talk show host. So this comma right here should be gone. And we have down here, some information about Ellen DeGeneres. Hey, she's laugh out loud hilarious. Well, that's great, but it has nothing to do with our support for what we're trying to do here. So we have almost half a page, of quotes from an Ellen DeGeneres show. There is a size 0, which I don't understand. 0 is nothing, right? This does not add value. This is not research. This is fluff and filler. It's a half a page of quips. Now these students have organized their paper, so they've got cons, and they've got pros, and they've organized the pros and cons. And I'll show you some other papers with some other organization. And again, it's up to you how you want to organize it, as long as you build your arguments. So what else have we got in here? We have Abercrombie and Fitch paid $40 million in a federal class action lawsuit. Where is the reference to that lawsuit, right? This is not something like the sky is blue and everybody knows it and can observe it for themselves. This information came from somewhere, from an article, from the actual lawsuit filed in court, wherever it might be. So we don't have that information. There needs to be citations for this kind of stuff. Moving along, again, you can read this on your own. And they've set it up, pros and cons. So here's another pro, and we had some cons above. Here's another pro. Bottom of page 6. What are we told about Abercrombie & Fitch? A brand that practically markets itself would be extremely beneficial to any mall. How does this brand practically market itself? Where is the evidence? Where is the information? Right? Pro, number 4, attracts teens. What have we got? A simple known fact is that if there are more customers, more profits will be attained. That's not true. That's an assumption. That's just people kind of sitting around coming up with fluff and filler for a paper, right? You may have more customers, but they might be really expensive customers to maintain. There's no guarantee that more customers generates more profits necessarily. You have to include costs in the mix and all those other things in accounting. So don't make out of the way claims like this. It's just bad form. Let's see. The total of this paper is 8 pages long. So there we have the conclusion. This bibliography should actually be references. And what have we got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 references. I have an annual report here. It doesn't tell me the name of the company. I have, some stuff about Ellen DeGeneres. Again, fluff and filler. This is not in APA style, and we'll talk more about APA style momentarily. So I have references. It starts with an E, starts with an A, so it's not even alphabetical order. And here I have a date as the beginning thing. So this is awful work.